We have made it to the former capital of Poland, Krakow. The capital got moved from here to Warsaw in 1596. So today we're on a mission to explore this beautiful and historic city with no other than the Polish Pączek herself, Karolina.
Hello.
So Karolina is my guide for our time here in Poland. So right now we're in one of the largest medieval town squares in Europe. It is absolutely beautiful here. So we're going to kick things off by going inside of this building right behind me. It's called Cloth Hall, or in Polish,
Sukiennice.
Thank you, Karolina. And so this was the center of trade and commerce since the Renaissance period. And this building itself, look at it, it's absolutely beautiful, was built in the 14th century. So we're gonna head on inside. So we've made it inside of Cloth Hall, and it is very interesting. You got these kind of interesting old style lights here, and they're selling all kinds of like souvenirs. You've got scarves, jewelry, and actually on the walls, you've got like the kind of emblems for the cities of Poland. It looks like, oh,
Yeah,
Opole.
oh, it's Opole.
So this is where,
My hometown.
that's where Karolina's from, Opole. So
Yeah.
I spotted that one straight away. So I
That's so
definitely know
nice
it's the
to see.
cities. But
Yeah.
it's pretty much just selling souvenirs in the shops here. But
Yeah.
this definitely used to be probably a larger hub for trade and commerce. Now it's just probably dedicated to
more for tourists.
tourists.
But as a kid, I bought a ponytail myself here, or actually my parents bought me here, and I have really good memories.
It is time to get ourselves a delightful Polish snack. Jestem głodny, means I'm hungry in Polish. So I've spotted this little stall over here. Dzień dobry. It's obwarzanek.
Yes, obwarzanek.
Obwarzanek. Okay.
Krakowski.
Two.
Poprosimy jeden z makiem i jeden z sezamem.
So one with the poppy seeds and one with sesame.
Okay. And how do you say how much is this in Polish?
Ile to kosztuje?
Ile to kosztuje?
Yes.
Ile to kosztuje?
7 zł.
7 zloty is 7 zloty. Okay, I think we're gonna pay by. Can we pay by kartą? Kartą?
Kartą?
Kartą?
Można, to poprosimy kartą.
Dziękuję.
Proszę uprzejmie.
Dziękujemy. Okay, we got our receipts. All right, so
Miłego dnia życzę.
you can see all of these kind of bread rolls. I have never tried this in my life. Okay.
Pierwszy raz.
My first time, did you say? All right, should we try it in front of the man?
Yeah.
All right, let's give this a go.
So basically we went for 2 different ones. Which
Yes.
one do you want to try?
So we've got one poppy seed one, and what's this one here?
Sesame.
And of course she's got to take an Instagram photo first.
Yes.
So we're going to be trying the poppy seed obwarzanek first, but Karolina wants to teach us a little bit about this. Is it a pastry or like a bread roll?
Yeah, like actually it's something in between like a bagel and a pretzel, but it's obwarzanek. So the name comes from actually the production process. So before putting it into the oven, it is like kind of immersed into the boiling water. That's why it's very crispy but soft from the inside.
Okay, so let's give us both a bite. You can go first on this one. Let's take that plastic paper down so you can see that's the inside of it. All right, let's give this a go. Never tried this in my life.
I love obwarzanki. They are just the
Oh.
best.
Oh wow. That poppy seed flavor comes right through.
And also the dough is a little bit sweet. It's very simple, but it's very typical for Krakow. And actually, interesting fact, you need to have a certificate to actually sell obwarzanek named obwarzanek, because there's a certain like recipe for it.
So the Jadok over there has got probably a license to make this.
Yes.
But it's like eating into like a kind of bread roll.
Yeah.
But it's kind of fluffy on the inside.
Yeah.
A little bit sweet. It's nice like as a little kind of
Yeah.
snack. How do you say delicious again?
Pyszne.
Pyszne. Pyszne. Okay. Pyszne. Pyszne.
Wiem,
He knows.
He's always said he knows. Oh, he's,
Yeah, so actually like it dates back to medieval times, and back then people were buying it for breakfast. So these stores were opened as of like 6 a.m. in the morning, and people used to love that.
all right, let's try out this kind of sesame seed one. I reckon they're probably going to taste very similar, right? All right, you want to grab that one off me? sun is out, but don't let that fool you. It is pretty chilly. It is, what month are we in? We're in March. And it's still very cold.
This is my personal favorite, although I like both.
They're both they both have the same texture. Very similar in kind of the taste, but that one, it's the poppy seed and the sesame seed which kind of defines the flavor of it. Pyszne. The tourists are out in full strength, and also the pigeons. We've literally got pigeons everywhere here in the town square. A lot of people are feeding them some kind of bread or seeds, but definitely a lot of tourists. It's probably one of the most touristic cities in Poland, would you say?
I will say so.
So in the market square here, you can see literally just hundreds of people. Just earlier today, there was just me and Carolina pretty much. But right now the time is around
11 a.m.
11 a.m. And you can see they've got a lot of group kind of tours. You can see just over here. So I would recommend coming as early as possible if you want a bit of peace and quiet. You can see literally so many people just waiting, probably getting informed about the cloth hall just there. And then they kind of form at this statue just over here. What is this? What's the statue about?
This is Adam Mickiewicz. It's the most famous Polish writer.
As you can see, there are plenty of tourists dining at these restaurants here in the market square. Thousands of restaurants lining the entire market square. You can see with kind of umbrellas. They even have heaters inside of here. So on chilly days like today, you can stay warm, grab yourself a beer, or we've seen a few people necking some wines. But it is very nice as a tourist to come here and just kind of enjoy the market square whilst enjoying some food. And in today's video, we are going to be having some Polish food, so stay tuned for that, because we cannot come to a Polish city without enjoying the delightful Polish food. Is there anything else you wanted to say on the restaurant part?
Yeah, that actually Krakow is like a food capital of Poland, and just within the main.
Oh look, it's Żadek on the just going past him. Yeah.
And just in Old Town, you have more than 2,500 restaurants in Krakow, which is insane.
So it's not just the cultural capital of Poland, but also the food capital. We're going to be a typical tourist and head into McDonald's. No, we're not. No. So right now we're on, what street is this called, Carolina?
Grodzka Street. And
Grodzka Street.
Yes, and actually this street connects the Old Town with the Royal Castle, so that's why it's also full of people.
Yeah, look at this. This is our experience here on a Sunday in Krakow. A lot of tourists out and about, which makes sense because of the weekend.
Yeah.
I would.
And also there's good weather, so we're just making the most out of it.
Yeah, it is. The sun's out in like kind of pockets behind the clouds, but it is nice, although very windy at times. So it kind of chilling, cold air kind of hits your kind of face a lot. But we're gonna be heading in this direction towards what you said was the Royal Castle.
Yeah, Wawel Castle.
So we've made it to Wawel Castle. Very nice music on the entrance to the castle, which is just up here. My Polish historian.
Yes.
Is it just a Polish castle, or is there anything more to it?
Yeah, so like it used to be home to many monarchs. There's also a church inside that they were buried in. And it's actually one of the last remaining castles like that, you know, size in Poland, so it's quite important from the historical point of view.
And there is a lot of people heading to it. So we have a map of Wawel Castle and the surrounding kind of buildings. So this here is actually Wawel Castle. So you can see over there, that building there with the tower. I think this is called Senator's Tower with the Polish flag. And then over in this corner we have, looks like the Sigmund Chapel. There is a lot of towers. You can see tower, 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 Senator's Tower, and this one is another one called the Sandomierz Tower. Yeah. This one's cold. How was the toilets?
Actually, like quite good.
So Carolina went.
There's a lot of people, and
You went into there because
Yeah.
she wanted to look nice for you guys. So this jumper that she's wearing, we got this from Vietnam. This is a Patagonia jumper. And I said to Carolina, are you sure you're going to be warm? It's going to be cold. She's like, yeah, everything's fine. And she's
And I'm
wanting,
cold.
and she's cold. And she wants us to go into like souvenir shops because it's just warm inside. And so, yes, she'd rather look pretty for you guys than be warm. Ah, and the sun's coming out again, coming in patches with all the cloud in the sky. So we are leaving the castle, and you can hear that's the bell from the chapel, I think.
Yeah.
Just over there. Oh, this is there's a bell coming from there. I can hear it.
And it's one of the oldest ones in Poland.
Oldest bells.
Yes.
Okay. So we're gonna be careful. There's steps just over here. Let's walk this side. And actually, the ticket cost. There are loads of different kind of entrance fees depending on where you want to visit. So bear that in mind, and you still have to go to the ticket office where Carolina went to the toilet. But there's also another reason why we aren't showing it, because, like, in my opinion, I'd rather have one entrance ticket to show kind of everything. But this one, I guess it's just the way it is. Probably for a good reason. So we've come to the kind of bottom of the castle, the footsteps of Wawel Hill, and we actually came across the Krakow Dragon, or Wawel Dragon, right here on the Vistula River, with the sun blaring down on the river. It's very, very nice. Also, as we said, very cold. The story is the dragon was living underneath Wawel Hill, which is, so you got the castle there, and guessing the hill is that.
Yeah, this is a hill.
And the dragon was terrorizing the poor old villagers of Krakow, and so they needed to find a way to get rid of the dragon. And so apparently a cobbler, I think his name's Scuba, he got sheepskin, and I think he kind of laced it with sulfur, and then what happened was the dragon must have consumed the sheepskin, and then because of the sulfur it became very, very thirsty. And the story is that he was drinking the water from the Vistula River. Because he was so thirsty, he kind of drank too much and then burst, and then the dragon was no more. Very kind of imaginative story. Whether that was the case or not, I don't know, but Carolina, you were saying, like,
It sounds like Krakow has a lot of tales around this, because like when I was a kid there was a lot of stories like that.
so we wanted to go inside of this place here, Camelot Cafe.
Yeah.
But we went inside and we found a table, but they didn't want us to film and said that you need to get permission from the owner,
Yeah.
which I find rather irritating, because like we're like showing your business off free marketing way on YouTube, and we actually put a lot of effort into the videos, and we had it planned to come here.
And it's such a nice also like atmosphere around, like kind of like a quirky cafe in Krakow.
Yeah, but
But,
literally she was like, you have to contact the owner, and I'm like, I just don't understand it, because it's like all we're doing is filming like we would do on a phone. Like if someone's filming on their phone a video, are they going to stop them? Like for what reason? But I think some places get a little bit too, I guess, snobby in that way, to like not let people film. So we're gonna find a place that appreciates our efforts in filming. So yeah, we gotta go figure that out right now. All right, hopefully this place doesn't give us any problems filming. Oh, look at all these cakes. So we have, this is what we've come for, the chastel, the cakes. Dzień dobry. Is it okay for YouTube? Perfect. So these are very traditional looking Polish cakes.
Yes, I think that maybe we should try sernik krakowski, so the sernik from Krakow.
Okay, so sernik, Krakow sernik.
Yes.
So we have decided.
Yes, so we'll go for one sernik krakowski and one fedora. So fedora got recommended to us as a kind of like a Krakow cake. Let's see what it is.
And of course, Carolina's gone for a coffee.
Yes.
No hot chocolate here, so I'm going for a herbata,
Yes.
which is tea.
I need
And-
to still order it.
Definitely feel more welcome to this establishment.
miejsce tak poprosimy.
Which tea do you want?
Tea, okay. Oh, so we've got. We'll go for a raspberry one. Dziękuję. Alright, so I'm going for a raspberry tea. Karina's going for a coffee because she's special. Right, so you're looking at the size.
Yes, please.
That should be fine, yeah. Nice thick slice. So she's going to weigh the cake. That's the weight. Not too heavy. Let's pay for this. That's 38 zlotys 80. Dziękuję. Right, there's your coffee, it looks like. And I've already got one hand, so oh my god, look at this slices of this cake. Look at that. Right, let's go over to our seats, just over here. So we've managed to find a place that has welcomed us. So thank you to this place, which is called
Ciastkarnia Vanilla.
Ciastkarnia Vanilla. So that
Yes.
means like vanilla cafe, coffee shop.
Vanilla with biscuits.
Oh,
let's say.
vanilla with biscuits. I got that completely wrong. But we're just here in the front of the window, so we've got a nice view, got lighting on us, and actually we have got some beautiful cakes here. And I've just seen a Lamborghini just go past. That was what you heard in the background. So this is a fedora cake, which looks like it's got a few different layers of chocolate.
Chocolate, yeah, and I think nuts as well.
There's lots of nuts on top of there.
And this is sernik, so we are having it for the very first time in our series. And this one is Krakow style, so I don't know what it's different. It looks very classic. So
It's cheesecake.
cheesecake, yes.
And we've got some teas, which we actually spilt because the table's a little bit kind of unstable. So I've got a raspberry tea.
And coffee, black coffee with the cake.
And I want to say a big thank you to a subscriber who has donated super chats at least 5 or 6 times. His name is Fat Lamb. I'm pretty sure he's watching this video. And if you are going to leave another super chat, I'm going to pin it to this video. No pressure, but if you're going to do it, I'm going to pin it to this so that people will know who you are. And just want to show our appreciation for the support. Even, I think Fat Lam is like a Vietnamese name.
But you really wanted to go to Singapore and try all of the foods that we had.
Yeah, and maybe you're watching us now in Poland. So let's give this a go. Thank you again, Fat Lam. And I'm going to try this fedora cake.
Oh my god, it looks so yummy.
Ooh. All right, let's give this a go. We're right next to the door, so there's someone wanting to enter. Oh, wow.
I did hide one secret ingredient of this one.
Alcohol? No.
Yes.
Is it alcohol?
It's a spirit.
Is it? Okay. I thought so. It's almost like the same kind of texture as a cheesecake, which is what the sernik is. But you got this kind of really chocolatey goodness.
Yeah.
You want to try this?
Try it, yeah. It looks very rich.
That is delicious. We spent like a lot of money on cakes and coffee and hot chocolate in Gdańsk.
Yeah.
This all came to like,
Just one of them.
yeah, it was like £7.
Over here you can also see the wafer.
Meanwhile, I'm going to dig into the Krakow's
Very nice.
cheesecake.
Very rich. But also it's like dark chocolate. I like this one a lot.
You want to give this one a go as well? Ooh.
I really love homemade cakes, and when I was looking for a place, like people were saying that it's a beloved place for like locals.
Cheesecake is literally just stuffing our face on camera, but it's a bit drier than the fedora. I personally prefer the fedora more because I like the kind of moistness of it. It's not as dry as this one. Whereas it's just cheesecake like this supposed to be kind of like a bit more dry.
I think that this is actually the thing maybe for Krakow side of the cheesecakes,
different.
because sometimes they're very moist, sometimes they're dry, but it's not unusual that sometimes they're dry. But I like sernik in any form.
We were very disappointed not to be able to go to the Camelot Cafe because we've seen another YouTuber go there. We thought, and actually Carolina.
And I've been there ages ago with my parents. I really love the place. I really love the vibe. So that's why I wanted to share it with you. But to be honest, it feels a bit upsetting when you're entering a place and there's some issues with filming. And they even said to me that they are not happy when somebody is taking pictures, or if there was a photo shoot, like somebody wanted to catch the vibe, like they were very like kind of like angry about that, and the owner is quite particular. So
yeah, I mean, it sounds like, not to make this a controversial thing, but it seems like the owner is very particular about basically the image, and to the point where like you're not letting people take videos or pictures. Pictures was the weird thing for me.
Yeah, in 21st century, it's quite like shocking.
Forgive me for looking like I'm about to rob someone or look like a thug, but it's very cold, so I've got this neck scarf here on my face. But right now we're walking through a very green space, very beautiful pla.
Yeah, it's
What is
called
this?
Planty. So this is kind of like a stripe around the old town, and it used to be old like fortress.
What was that, sorry?
It used to be like the old fortress around the old town.
Oh, the fortress.
Yeah.
So it's like, it used to be, I'll take this down now, but it used to be where the former city walls to the center of Old Town, where we were earlier in the video. So you've got Planty that circles the entire kind of circumference of Old Town. That's where the walls were, that, like Carolina said, the fortress to protect the city. Now they've turned it into this green space, and you can literally just walk around with nice kind of greenery all the way around the city.
Yeah, it's so nice like seeing people having these strolls.
All right, so it says here for the St. Mary Basilica, please do not visit. But people seem to be visiting just fine. It is a Sunday, so we had to come at 2 p.m. So we're coming back to the Old Town. I think we're gonna be quiet. So it looks like there's, is it Sunday prayer? Look at the ceiling, wow, it's so beautiful in here. So we've just came out of the church. Oops, my GoPro stick just dropped. But you get to, so the entrance we went to is not for visitors, that's if you want to go there and actually pray, which seems like it might be free.
Yeah.
And because it's Sunday, they usually open for the actual visiting area of it after 2 o'clock, 2 to 6 p.m.
Yeah.
Whereas throughout the rest of the week, you can come earlier. It's because they're having their Sunday mass.
Yes.
I'm learning about,
There's like 6 different masses as of like early morning till like 2 o'clock.
so I'm learning about Carolina's religion, you know, being Catholic. And being here in Poland, I always find myself entering Catholic churches.
Yeah.
But
Because they're beautiful.
and it is very beautiful. This one, we came in, had to be very quiet, but you can see the beautiful kind of architecture inside of it. But you can, that wasn't the visitor entrance, so you can go and get a bit more of a detailed kind of tour of the church for 15 zlotys each. So if you want to have a bit more of an in-depth experience, you can do that.
Yeah.
But right now, we're on our way to another very interesting and quirky part of Krakow. I think we just cross over. Alright, so we don't know if we need a ticket, but there we go. Alright, let's grab ourselves a ticket.
It's 20 minutes. Oh, it's quite expensive.
20
20 minutes.
You Polish onion.
Yeah.
Alright, so 20 minutes for 4 zloty. So you want to get 2 of them? This ticket should drop here. That's 1, that's 2. Alright, this is what they look like. So 4 zloty. Alright. Is that too expensive for you?
It's quite expensive for 20 minutes.
In Warsaw, how much is it?
It's a bit less. I think it's around maybe 340. Okay, we need to.
I need to stick it here.
Yeah.
Alright,
Here you
thank
go. Sometimes you don't have to, but like there's also like a
Whoa.
kind of like a note to kasować here.
Is that a scanning there? Just
Yeah.
there, whatever. 2 stops later, we have arrived in Jewish Quarter. So we just took the tram and paid for that. Carolina wasn't too happy with the pricing, but it was only a little bit more expensive than Warsaw.
Yeah, I wanted to show you how quick is the transportation here in Krakow.
It's very nice. We just put it on our phone, the basically destination, and you can actually track on the Google Maps where your tram is. So nice to be, I guess, here in Jewish Quarter. So where are we heading to now? Look at all these electric scooters. You got Bolt, Lime, and they've seemed like they've had better days. There is definitely a different vibe to, where does it say, Kazimierz. This is the area in Jewish Quarter. This looks like Hebrew, and so it's in memory of Rozak family. You can see the architecture, even the doors, everything looks very kind of old and a little bit kind of dilapidated. Yeah. So Kazimierz was founded by King, I think his name's Kazimierz.
Kazimierz, yes.
So he named it after himself, as you do as a king. And so he promised economic opportunities and religious freedom to, I guess, anyone who wanted to come and settle here in Kazimierz. So the Jewish community felt like they had a place of their own, a place they could come to, just like the second spot today. What was the name of it?
Ciastkarnia Vanilla.
This place, this lovely place which accepted us. And right now we're at the main synagogue. This is like, this is called the Central Synagogue?
It's called the Old Synagogue, and it's the main one here in Jewish district. But actually, you have the whole like trail of Jewish synagogues and places for Jewish people. So it's a lot of exploring as well in this district.
Yeah, very interesting place, and actually I quite enjoy it being here compared to Old Town. Reason being is Old Town right now on a Sunday, maybe it's every day is like this, it's absolutely covered in people. Like we felt during the morning time it was nice, we were relaxed, but when there's just so many people it can get a little bit overwhelming. But you can see this is the Central Synagogue here, and you actually have what's the name for this star sign? Do we know the name?
Oh my god.
Do we need to ChatGPT it?
I forgot, but like this is the Jewish sign as well.
Okay, so good old ChatGPT says this star here is the Star of David.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
It also says 6-pointed star formed by 2. Okay, that's just describing the star.
Yes, it's very recognizable, but we also wanted to talk a bit about the architecture, because here in Kazimierz there's such a vintage vibe, and you can look at the buildings and they're in like
they seem like old and not very cared for, but there's some kind of charm to it, where Old Town, everything's kind of beautiful and looks very new.
Yeah.
And then the Kazimierz area just feels very raw, but very kind of hipster-like.
Yeah, that's what I wanted
vintage.
to say.
Did you say vintage?
Vintage.
Like
Actually,
retro.
A lot of people are coming here for this vibe and like looking for like very quirky coffee shops or like restaurants, and it just feels nice to stroll around. It's just like very authentic.
2 people, yes, okay. Ah, we're going downstairs. All right, so
This place is huge.
this place is very big. It looks very... Oh, kid crying. It's okay, we're just making a YouTube video. Oh, yes.
You can sit down.
Oh, perfect, okay.
Okay.
All right, dziękuję, man. All right, so this is the decor inside, very kind of classic retro style. And we've come to Kuchnia. How do you say it?
Kuchnia u Doroty. Dorota, it's a name.
Okay, so this place just over here. February?
For one bigos. Yes. One maczanka. We saw on the board.
Is that classic to Krakow?
Yeah, maczanka po krakowsku, yes, Krakow style. And after these 2 dishes, we would go for racuchy z jabłkami for dessert. I think it was also on the board.
Okay, yeah.
Do you want compote or anything? Yeah, okay, maybe one compote.
One combo.
Yes.
That's it for now.
Thank you. Yes, dziękuję.
Dziękuję.
Food has arrived, guys.
Bigos, tak?
Yep. There you go. Thank you so much. So this is machanka just over here. You can see it's like almost like a burger.
Yeah, but
with
it's
some
sort of sauce. I think it's onion.
some kind of onion sauce. There's some meat inside, some veggies. And Carolina?
And this is bigos. So it's sauerkraut with various sorts of cooked and smoked meats. And it's very
sausage
popular.
inside
And
it?
sausage as well, yes, yes, yes.
And you got some bread.
Some bread, yeah.
Alright, let's dig in to this beautiful Polish food. Oh, you can see the meat just over there with this is like some kind of pickles. Alright, so let's give this a go. So it's actually kind of hard, the bread on top.
Maybe that's why they put a lot of sauce to
Yeah, it's
kind of like dip it.
crusty bread, but it's quite hard.
Yeah, so maczać in Polish means to dip it. Maybe
Okay.
that's the sauce is for.
I'm just going to try it just like this, see if it's any good. It's a very meaty flavour. Do you know what the meat is here? Is it beef?
I think it's pork. It's pork
Oh, it's
neck.
pork neck, isn't it? So the idea behind this was that these was kind of came about in the 18th century, was it? And after a party, they would just put loads of the things together: the bread, the meat, and I guess some kind of vegetables. So you got this beautiful pork meat here. It's a very kind of porky, meaty flavour, and then you've got this kind of sauce. Let's try it with the pork and the sauce, just like this. Let's see this one. It's hard to explain, but it's definitely comfort food. And it's a bit more like a burger, but I'm pretty much just going to eat it just like this because it's quite. See, it's quite hard to cut into
It
that.
looks a bit like a mess, so
Yeah, it's a bit of a mess, but it is quite delicious. Let's chop that up. So,
yeah, it looks very
Some-
good.
alright, I'm gonna give this another bite. So it looks a bit like a mess, but it is. How do you say delicious again?
Pyszne.
Pyszne. Definitely pyszne. Alright, Karolina, go for it.
So here you can have, as I said, bigos. It's like sauerkraut with all sorts of meats and with, I think this is the sausage. So let's give
Do
it
you
a
usually
bite.
put the bigos on like bread or?
We eat it like together. You can dip the bread or you can eat like just like this. So let's give it a go.
It's good.
It's very fragrant because there's a lot of herbs and it's piping hot. And it's actually quite sour, which I like. So this is the best food whenever it's cold outside because it's just warming up.
What is bigos made out of? Is it sauerkraut?
Sauerkraut, also cabbage, you have some onions and all sorts of meat. So it's actually a mixture of everything.
Awesome.
But it's very Polish, I love it.
Could you grab me like a little bit on your fork? Because I am definitely a lover of bigos.
Yeah,
Whenever I come to Carolina's mother's home,
yeah,
I'm
my
always
mom
asking
makes
for...
this in the best way.
Alright, let's grab this and feed you guys. Here you go. Alright, let's give this a go. Well, that's very good.
Very flavorful, right?
It's not super sour, and you got that kind of very kind of meaty flavor to it. A little bit sour. It's hard to describe bigos. It's very particular.
Yeah,
Flavor
but the
to it.
food in this place is so good.
Beautiful. Dziękujemy. So
So
this looks. I can smell basically like donuts.
yes, so these beautiful kind of pancakes are like Polish racuchy z jabłkami, which means that they are like pancakes, yeast pancakes, deep fried with apples, and we usually eat them with like powdered sugar. And I think this is like a some sort of like sour cream, but it looks
like
with-
yogurt?
yeah, it's like more like cream.
So this is like yogurt with some kind of like maybe fruit kind of sauce.
Mixture,
in
yeah.
there. And so how do you eat it? With a knife and fork? Or?
I would say we should maybe with knife and fork, and then we can put maybe the sauce on the side.
Okay. Do people put it on top, the sauce, or just on the side?
I would say on the side. You can just dip it. It depends on the person, but I prefer it on the side, I guess.
So you can just dip it in.
I'm a dipper.
You're a dipper. All right, Carolina's gonna get the first bite. Look at this ponchek.
Yes, I'm so excited because actually my grandma makes racuchy, so you can see that they're quite moist inside because of the
I
apples and
wasn't
the...
expecting it to be like yellow inside. That's interesting.
Yeah, they are because
So
they're
you're
with
spreading
eggs.
the sauce over it.
Yeah.
Hot? It's really hot. I was not even expecting that. Kind of looks like I don't know, something you'd have at Christmas time.
Very nice.
It's very good? It's too hot? Take your time, chew.
I love them because actually, usually in Polish households, you would have a soup and you would have racuchy as a kid. So they're very moist, very chewy. It's kind of like pączek type of a thing, but more
Pączek for
pancakes.
the non-Polish speaking people is donut,
Yes.
just like this individual here. All right. Okay guys, it is my time to try this. It actually smells like a donut, a fresh donut inside of there. I'm gonna grab some of that sauce, just like that. And in we go. Wow.
It's very
This is so
satisfying,
good, yeah,
right?
it's really good. It's very like kind of fluffy and doughy. It's very fluffy and doughy, and to be honest, I could eat it without any of the sauce. It's like a donut pretty much. So you can see on the outer kind of shell of the, what's it called again? It's called
Racuchy.
Racuchy. It's kind of like fries, so it's kind of crispy on there and then kind of soft in the middle.
I think it's your first time trying racuchy.
First time. It's crispy on the outside and then very soft on the inside. I could eat it just like by itself. But I do like it. It's got that kind of powdered, not on this one, but over here you've got the kind of, what's the powder called again?
Powdered sugar.
Powdered sugar. I can just have it just like that. But it is nice to combine some of the sauces and the yogurt just like that. Kind of gives it a little bit of a different flavour. Wow. Is that sour cream?
I think it's like sour cream, but it became sweet because of the jam.
There's a sourness to this over here. You want to point this out? There's sourness to this kind of sauce over here. So you have the sweetness of the racuchy.
Yes.
Racuchy. And then you got the sourness of the kind of cream or the yogurt with the kind of fruit sauce. She's the boss.
Dziękujemy, bardzo dobre.
Dziękuję ślicznie. Tutaj jeszcze pytanko, czy
Polski złoty.
Yeah. Always paying in zloty. It's always cheaper.
potwierdzenie?
Okay, dziękujemy bardzo.
Można zabrać. Dziękujemy. Dziękuję.
Oh my god, I'm stuffed. And Carolina ate all of that. Pretty much ate 2/3 of the racuchy.
I love racuchy.
So we're about to show you our beautiful Airbnb apartment through this glorious door. Let's head on inside. Got to put the code in. There we go. Got entry. Oh my god, these doors here in Poland are so heavy. So we're staying at the Woods. We might be a little bit out of breath because we had to go up 3 flights of stairs, and we haven't cleaned up, so this is the reality of how we live our lives. Let's put the light on. So, this is our little kitchen area. They do provide teas, coffees. We bought this. I am in love with the Rooibos tea at the moment. And we've got our level 8 suitcases all open. Just over here, look, who's the messiest of us? This is Carolina's side, and this is mine. And we've got these nice, I do like these windows, so you can actually pop them open, fresh air comes in. You've got a sofa area there, and you've got a kind of little kitchen. And we do have a, there's the other one, yeah. So at night time we have these nice little kind of fairy light style light bulbs. And then we're sleeping on the floor, which isn't a problem. Apparently I was snoring last night, and I do not snore, but apparently I was snoring last night.
I think you had a very good sleep.
Until you opened the window and it slammed, and then she went into the toilet and flushed, and then, yeah, basically no sleep for Jay. Anyways, guys, we hope you enjoyed our video here in Krakow. If you enjoyed the video, do not forget to subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the
Next video!
She's such a donut.